Hey everyone, it's ZOOMBINI again, and just like last time, only a fraction of you guys subscribe, so you should definitely do that. That would make me very happy and boost my ego, so thank you and enjoy the video. Everyone knows Mario Kart Deluxe. It's the most popular game on the Switch, and with the new wave of DLC tracks coming out, I thought it'd be a very, very perfect, good time to discuss my favorites and my least favorites. So let's get right to the video. Hey folks, this is me while editing. If I made any mistakes with the ratings and stuff, and I said anything different from what you see on the tier list or what I say, that's my bad. I'm just an idiot, and I didn't change the script when I changed my mind. So yeah, there you go. Enjoy the video still. First off, we have the Mushroom Cup. Mario Kart Stadium is like the main track and probably the most recognizable of the original Mario Kart 8 tracks, and also including the one where Toad gets stabbed to death. With all the minute details around and the pretty flashing lights and fireworks, I think this is a pretty good track, and it's a solid track to get into the loop of the mechanics of Mario Kart 8 here. Now for the second course, Water Park. This is our very first water course. Usually I don't like water levels in any game at all, but this one's pretty good. This is my exception. The whole loopy part around the track is probably my favorite thing about it, and along with the rest of the water park and the hotel in the background adding to the whole aesthetic of the thing, it makes it an A tier for me. Alright, third one up, it's Sweet Sweet Canyon, and I'm just gonna be straightforward with you guys. This shit is mid. I'm just not a fan of the purely piss and pink colors of this course. I'm also just not a big fan of the candy theme. I don't know why, it just doesn't click with me. I'll give it a C tier. Alright, rounding out the Mushroom Cup, we have Thwomp Ruins, and oh boy, this is one of the tracks of all time. I'm not exactly sure how the ruins got in the sky, but that's probably why they're ruins, because everybody fucking died from lack of oxygen. Moving on from that dumbass joke, we have a water part, which you can easily just glide over if you don't feel like it, and there's lots of boosting pads and stuff like that. And there's also a big-ass boulder! Oh my god, King Boo, please look out! B tier. Okay, moving on to the Flower Cup, we have Mario Circuit. Oh goodness gracious, mamma mia, mia mama. This is a good course. My absolute favorite part of the track is Peach's Castle, right smack dab in the middle, and driving around it to get a full 360 view is awesome. This is a very good course, and it's now the first S tier in the list. Right, now we move on to Toad Harbour, and again, we have another epic Victory Royale track. The lighting in this one is nice, the shortcuts are good, the city aesthetic of like knockoff San Francisco is awesome. The ramp going down where all the trolleys go, that's a pretty cool thing. And the big ass statue of Peach is cool too. I'm trying to copy an awesome statue. Oh yeah, and on that note, I think we should organize a Toad Uprising, overthrow that stuck-up woman and introduce her to my friend the Guillotine. Oh, all in all, A tier. Next up is Twisted Mansion, and let me be honest, this is just a boring and lame and doo-doo butt track. The outside of the mansion is cool, I guess, but the rest is just boring and sluggish. It has one of the worst water parts, and inside of the mansion is just really plain, just bookcases and plain carpeting and booze. There's not much going on here. I'll give it a D tier. Fourth one for the Flower Cup is Shy Guy Falls, and here we go, finally another banger course. The Flower Cup ends on a high note with this vast and well-detailed track. I really do like how you travel down the waterfall, which you can see, like, the whole course from above it. It's just really nice visually. Also, are these Shy Guys being paid for their labor for mining these gems? Is this another example of how evil Princess Peach is? Is she using these Shy Guys for slavery? I'll give it an A tier. The Star Cup starts off with Sunshine Airport, and hot diggity dog is just a good track. I really like how they use the same place in Delfino Islands where Mario Sunshine is, kind of. And I also like how you can get a full aerial view of the airport while you get hit by a commercial airplane. I'll give it a solid A tier. Dolphin Shoals, and let me just say it's another water level. I'm not a big fan at all the water parts. And the only cool gimmick is how the dolphins jump over you as you go by. Other than that, it's pretty uninspired and lame to me. It's going to be my first E tier. Now we come to Electrodome. Electrodome is a very good course, and the sole reason I like it is because Shy Guys are having a rave. S tier. to round out the Star Cup, let's go over to Mount Wario. Usually for tracks that don't just loop around and are one big course, I'm usually a fan of those, but there's just something about this that just doesn't mesh with me. Some positives about it are how the Shy Guys ski down the mountain with you, which is always cool because Shy Guys are cool. And the cabin at the bottom is cool looking, I guess, but Mount Wario just doesn't do it for me. I give it a C tier. Alright, for the most special of special of special cups comes the Special Cup. And first off, we have Cloudtop Cruise. This is a pretty cool course. I like the nice calm vibe of just driving on the clouds and defying physics and the world as we know it. But I hate the damn storm section where you get ass clapped if you're not watching your surroundings enough. It's a solid course. I'll give it a B. Bone Dry Dunes is something I call just fine. Really, the only eye-catching thing is the ship that's sailing on the moving sand. But other than that, there's nothing that really pops out on this track. I was going to give it a C, but I'm going to downgrade it to a D just because I feel like it. What are you going to do about it, bitch? Alright, come on, let's move this damn thing along. Let me tell you about Bowser's Castle. It's cool. Castle's pretty cool. B tier. Next! It's our first Rainbow Road in the video, and oh boy, it's a good one. Not my favorite, but it's still pretty good. Lots of nice and pretty colors. The earth looks absolutely beautiful. But one thing I do not like about it, and that's really the only thing I don't like, is the stupid lens flare. I mean, sometimes it can add to good looking effects, but most of the time it's just distracting and annoying. Also, I do wish the toads would drift onto the track so that I could hit them and kill them. Okay, A tier. Egg Cup time, and we're starting with the track owned by the creature who shat out the egg. The Mario universe is a really weird one. Anyways, on the topic of the track, it's pretty good. It's more of the same of what I like. Nice visuals, great detailing, and nice landscapes. I'll just go with S because I really like it. Excitebike Arena is next, and I gotta say, I really do like these courses from other games, but Excitebike is probably the lamest out of the bunch. It's not bad, but it's just an oval with a bunch of ramps to boost off of. With the other ones, it's just expansive, big old tracks with nice visuals from their respective games. But Excitebike is just Excitebike. It's C tier. Oh boy, now we're onto a spooky level with a dragon. Oh no, Boo, look out. Sorry. Anyways, it's a pretty cool track. The design inside the dragon is cool, with the paintings of Lakitu planning a terrorist attack. Music's pretty good too. I like the overall stereotypical Japanese vibe. That's an A tier for me. Okay, now for another video game oriented one that isn't Mario, Mute City. It's a pretty good course. A nice big city in the back as you go at breakneck speeds and cause multiple traffic violations. And needlessly cause the deaths of 25 civilians. This and Big Blue are probably the closest thing we'll get to an F-Zero game in the future. Sorry to break it to you all. Anyways, B tier. And now moving on from that kind of somber ending for that one. Second verse, same as the fourth one. But this time we're starting off with Baby Park. I don't know why, but I have a soft spot for this one. Probably because it was my favorite back in the day when I played DS. The whole course takes place in a tiny circle, which I usually wouldn't like, but the added laps and the whole lively theme park in the background really just makes it for me. And it's overall just a cool setting, but the one thing I don't like is another freaking Peach statue. She's such a megalomaniac. I hate that woman. S tier. God, I hate cheese, and Cheese Land is no exception. It's just a desert level. No cool village like in Bone Dry Dunes, or that ship going across the sand. There's no, like, cool town or anything. It's literally just a desert with cheese. It's just billboards, really. That's it. There's nothing inspiring here. It's really just my first F tier. You know, I really hate to talk shit on games that I like, so we're gonna move on to another pretty good track, Wild Woods. I really mixed up for Diarrhea Land over there. Shy Guys have a village in the jungle. That's awesome. They're like the Ewoks from Star Trek War. And the sunshine beaming down is pretty looking. So I'll give it an S tier. It's a very good track. Probably the most creative track and the namesake for the whole Cup, Animal Crossing. The gimmick is that every time you play the course, the season will change, just like actual Animal Crossing. My favorite season is probably winter, because of all the nice pretty lights, and you also get to see the Animal Crossing cast of characters. We have Thomas Nook, Blathers, Trix Rabbit, and many, many more. And also, damn over, said you great big bitch! A tier. Finally, we've reached the retro courses, and to start off we have Moo Moo Meadows. It's an alright course, it's not too bad. The rising sun is nice, the moles are a good obstacle if you're not careful, but the cows moving the whole time making me want to commit vehicular cow slaughter. B tier. Mario Circuit time, and let's be honest folks, there are better tracks, to be spending your time on. There are a million of these tracks in Mario Kart. It's another plain run-of-the-mill Mario Kart track to get you into the loop of its respective game. D tier, nothing of interest going on. Oh goodness gracious, I forgot that we have an A-list celebrity on the ZOOMBINI show tonight. I'm excited to show you guys Cheep Beach. The water is blue and vibrant, the sun shines beautifully, the aesthetic of a tropical island kicks booty. This is probably my favorite Mario Kart track of all time. Tippity top of S tier. Sorry for fangirling, let's get back to normal with Toad Turnpike. It's a good level with some good ramps and weaving between cars can be risky yet fun. It's pretty good, I'll give it a B tier. It's banana time, and sticking to the theme of bananas is a desert. Dry Desert is just a plain desert level with generic desert level stuff. Nothing really pops out of this course besides the quicksand and the statues at the starting line. The pyramids in the background are a nice touch though. I give it a C tier. Donut Plains 3 is just as generic as its title. I know it's an SNES track and most of the tracks aren't very memorable due to the hardware limitations, but still, in the face of everything else, it's made C tier. Royal Raceway, and ooh, yes please, this is an excellent one. It's got a romantic vibe with all the swans and cherry blossoms all over, and of course the creme de la creme, Peach's Castle, which is looking fine in this course. Nothing but praise, S tier. Now, finishing off the cup with something actually banana themed, DK Jungle. It's a solid course, it makes you feel like you're driving through a level in Donkey Kong Country Returns, just going about your stuff. It's a fun stage with some fun shortcuts, I'll give it a B. Wario Stadium is one of the tracks of all time. It's a fine level, I like the big old Wario statue, and the fire rings are pretty cool. It's a difficult stage when you're on higher difficulties, but what really doesn't elevate this to A tier or S tier for me is that it's just a poor man's version of Waluigi Pinball. I'll give it a B. Alright, so there's three types of levels I don't really like. They don't mesh with me very well. Desert levels, water levels, and ice levels. Sherbert Land isn't that bad, but it's still not one of my favorites. I do like the Aurora Borealis and the jellyfish in the water section, but other than that, there's not much I like going on. C. Music Park has Piranha Plant, C tier. Yoshi Valley is a fun course with all of its branching paths that all lead into one. All the other cool obstacles that you can come across are also make it a good level, but there's not much else happening here, and yeah, it just doesn't do too much for me. I give it B. Dick-Cot Clock? Tick-Tock Clock. I'm pretty much a fan of most of the DS tracks, and Tick-Tock Clock is among my favorites of those. The music's nice, the clocks that you can ramp off and boost on are pretty cool, and it takes place inside of a big old clock. What is there to hate? A tier. Piranha Plant Slide is a fine course, there's nothing exciting to me here, and just more freaking water to deal with. C tier. Grumble Volcano is just annoying. Especially at higher speeds, the crumbling track just really gets on my nerves if I'm trying to maintain speed. And the fireballs, oh my god, they just land at the worst possible time. If you don't slow down, this track will get your ass. I'm not a fan of this F tier. N64 Rainbow Road is probably the best Rainbow Road in the game. Sucks for you, MK8 track. The fireworks are the main characters, the choo-choo train running around with you, and the coastal city as a backdrop. At higher difficulty, it's a challenging track if you're not a wimp and don't use smart steering. A tier. Oh my god, another Wario level. What a respectable and wealthy entrepreneur. He would never massacre Shy Guys and use them as slave labor. Anyways, this is a fine course. The mine is cool, but the bats are annoying as hell. God help these poor Shy Guys. God bless, C tier. SNES Rainbow Road is probably my least favorite of the Rainbow Roads. It's flat, not many inclines, and the only obstacle are the thwomps. D tier. Ice Outpost is a nice refresher from the retro tracks. I really like the ocean liners cruising by as you go through the ice caps. You better play this level soon because them ice caps ain't gonna be there for much longer. Anyways, the shortcuts are also nice and pretty well hidden. solid A tier. Another good stage, which isn't a Mario one, Hyrule Circuit. The big old Hyrule Castle is big and large, and it really satisfies me. And I also like how the Master Sword can sometimes give you a boost. Oh, that's pretty cool. A tier. Neo Bowser City really makes me feel like I'm in a dystopian society. There's nothing much going on here besides the futuristic vibe. Just another city level. I'll give it a B tier. Ribbon Road is up there as one of my favorite Mario Kart tracks. All of the details, including some karts that you can race on, are strewn around in this kid's room. The playset that you're racing on's box can be seen, along with the boomerang item that you throw at people. It's a novel track, and it's very good. S tier. Super Bell Subway is cool and a creative course. The subway will mess you to freak up if you ain't careful, which is a nice obstacle, but there isn't a lot of nice scenery to draw me all the way in with this course. B tier. The second F-Zero track is a banger. Nice music, large track, yet fast-paced. The jungle is also a nice touch, and riding above the water is pretty cool. A tier. Alright, our first track is Paris Promenade. And it's fine. It's just okay. That one monument in the middle is cool looking. I believe it's called the France Stick. The visuals, they look a bit off to me, like a good bit of these DLC tracks do. They just look a bit different from the base game, if you catch my drift. I also like to pretend that this is during quarantine, and all the French folks are looking out their window like, what the hell is going on? Is that a turtle driving a car? I'm stuck between C and B. I'll probably just go with C. Toad Circuit is pretty much the same generic thing I've talked about before earlier. Another base track to get you into the mechanics of its own Mario Kart. E tier. Choco Mountain is a classic Mario Kart level, probably a fan favorite in the Mario Kart community, but it just isn't one of mine. It's a fine track, and it's good to see it in Mario Kart 8, but there's one more track in this cup that I like more. B tier. Coconut Mall, bitches! It's back, baby! S tier! Shove it up your ass! Alright, now we gotta go back to the lame stuff. Tokyo Blur is kinda basic. Mount Fuji in this track looks unfinished and looks like it belongs in a DS game. I am just not a big fan of this course at all. D tier. Shroom Ridge is an alright track. On the DS, that is. Shroom Ridge here just looks unfinished and the landscapes look more like plastic than actual grass. If you want to play this course, just play Toad Turnpike. It's way better and it's basically the same thing. D tier again. Sky Garden is another sky level, and I quite like sky levels. The clouds look real nice, and I like that you race on the top of a beanstalk. Now, all we need to do is murder the giant at the top, too. B tier. Ninja Hideaway is finally a course I don't have a problem with visually. I love the Ninja Shy Guys because they're awesome, and everyone loves Shy Guys. And I also like the shortcuts in the paths that you can take. B tier. New York Minute is an improvement from the other tour tracks. Not a huge improvement, but an improvement. It's got better colors and just all in all, better visuals. I think it's far more appealing than France or Japan. And for the final lap, you go down a red carpet and through a cool tunnel. There's always something new with the track every lap. Also, the jazz is cool. USA #1, baby! I give it an A tier. Mario Circuit 3 has a bit of nostalgia tied to it for me because I played it a lot on the DS. Other than that, and its distinct music with the little whatever the hell in the middle, that brum 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 brum. It's a plain track and nothing very cool. D tier. Calamari Desert is an absolute classic Mario Kart track, and it's a good bit different from the other desert levels and by far the most creative. It's got trains, and trains are awesome. The landscape and colors are different from the drab yellows and oranges of the other desert courses. It's pretty cool to have some different scenery now and then. Even though it does have more going on than the other desert levels, I still don't like desert levels. I'll give it a C. Oh my god. It's here. It's the one we've all been waiting for. It's Waluigi Pinball! Go, go, go! Ah! I've been wanting this track in Mario Kart 8 for so long, and it's finally here. This is probably the best DS track, just tied with Cheep Cheep Beach. The music is updated and sounds a bit different from the original, but its negatives are outweighed enormously by its positives. S tier. Sydney Sprint is on par with France and Japan, where it's a track that isn't all that great. Maybe it's just my stupid dum-dum brain, but New York Minute is just a bit better than all four of these. The water looks like it's from a GameCube game, and all the other visuals are just strange and off. It's cool that you can go through the Opera House, but there's more left to be desired. D tier. Snowland is an average course. The background is pretty looking, and I like that it's not just basic snow and ice you're driving on, but it's a frozen over road. Other than that, and the adorable little rolls running around, it's just fine. C tier. Mushroom Gorge is a freaking Pushin' Pete course. Yes, I am nostalgically tied to it, but that's not the only reason I like it. I like the bouncy mushrooms and the pretty cave. The mushrooms can be tricky to stay balanced on, and it offers a nice challenge when you're going super duper fast. A tier. Sky High Sundae is a bright and flashy course that bounces you all over the place. I mean, seriously, there's rarely a time when you're driving on a flat road uninterrupted. But I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. The scenery is nice to look at, and the course is engaging, and that's what counts. The only gripe I have with it is that, and again, the visuals are just off. I'll round it up to a B tier. Hey everyone, it's ZOOMBINI back again, and yes, it's a different day. That about wraps it up for the Mario Kart tier list. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you don't get too offended at my opinions, because none of you are going to care. Like 5 people are going to watch this video. Anyways, it's nice of you guys to watch, and, have a good day. Bye-bye.